vanish in a puff of smoke. No magic trick, no sleight of hand. You just slowly, quietly let go, like a ship leaving land. One day you were there, the next you weren't. A gradual fade, a slow descent. I didn't see the moment when the love we had was spent. I've been searching for the exact second when you stopped being here, when the person I was holding became a disappearing mirror. The way you disappeared was like a photograph left too long in the sun. A little less each day until the image was gone. The way you disappeared was a quiet war. You fought without a sound, and I was the last to know you weren't around. I look back at the messages, the ones from the final months. You were shorter in your answers. The warmth was gone from your responses. Oh, I should have seen the signs, the distance growing in the lines, but I was too busy holding on to see you were already gone. You didn't leave me in a moment. You left me over time, a slow, deliberate erosion of what was yours and mine. The way you disappeared was like a photograph left too long in the sun. A little less each day until the image was gone. The way you disappeared was a quiet war. You fought without a sound, and I was the last to know you weren't around. I used to think that leaving was a door that slammed, the scene, a fight, a final stand. But you taught me that leaving is a quiet art, a slow retreat, a fading heart. Now I see it everywhere, the way things disappear into the air. Not with a bang, but with a sigh. A love that couldn't stay, a love that couldn't try. The way you disappeared taught me to see that some nothings are a mystery, not meant to be solved, just to be held. A story that I have to tell myself. The way you disappeared is how I grew into someone who finally knew that love can end without a fight, and that's alright. And that's alright. The way you disappear. We've been standing at the edge for weeks now, staring at the line where love runs out. Every word feels like a landmine, walking on glass just to get around. I saw you packing boxes in your head, before you ever touched a single thing. We're holding on by threads we both pulled loose, and I don't know if we can mend, but I'm not ready to surrender. Not ready for the end. There's still a flicker in the ember, and I'm not walking out yet. We're too close to let go, too close to give up now. Too much history to let it burn out. I can feel the distance pulling us apart, but I can still feel your heartbeat next to mine in the dark. We've come too far to let it die. We're too close to let go, you and I remember when we swore we'd never be the couple that just let it slip away. We used to laugh at people giving up, said we'd fight until our dying day. Well, here we are with armor on our backs, too proud to say we're scared to lose it all. But pride won't hold me when the night comes cold, and I'm not letting go without a fight. So let's stop keeping score of who was wrong. Let's find our way back to the song. We're too close to let go, too close to give up now. Too much history to let it burn out. I can feel the distance pulling us apart, but I can still feel your heartbeat next to mine in the dark. We've come too far to let it die. We're too close to let go, you and I. Maybe we forgot what we're fighting for, got lost in the noise, forgot the core, but I still see the you I fell into, and I hope you see the me who fell for you. Let's tear down the walls we built. Let's forgive the words that cut and killed. We don't have to be what we've become. We can still be the ones. We're too close to let go, so let's turn around, find the solid ground. call me up at 3 a.m. with a voice I used to know. Said you've been doing some thinking and you're sorry for letting go. You said you made a mistake, that you should have stayed. But I've been doing some thinking too, and sorry doesn't cut it these days. I waited by the phone for months for a call that never came. And now you're standing at my door, and it's not the same. It's too late for sorry, too late for us. The bridge is burned, the ship has sunk. You had your chance, you walked away, and now you wanna come back and stay. It's too late for sorry, the damage is done. The race is over, the race is run. You can't undo the leaving with a word. Too late for sorry, haven't you heard? I remember the night you left, how you wouldn't look me in the eye. You packed your bags and walked out and didn't even say goodbye. I spent months in the darkness trying to find my way. I don't need your sorry now, I found my own light to stay. I built a life without you, a world that doesn't have your name. And I'm not gonna tear it down just to play your game. It's too late for sorry, too late for us. The bridge is burned, the ship has sunk. You had your chance, you walked away, and now you wanna come back and stand. It's too late for sorry, the damage is done. The race is over, the race is run. You can't undo the leaving with a word. Too late for sorry, haven't you heard? I'm not angry, I'm just done with the back and forth, the never done. I found my peace, I found my ground, and sorry doesn't change the sound of the door that closed, the silence that grew. I'm not the same since I lost you, but I'm better now, I'm standing tall. Too late for sorry, I'm all gone, that's all. It's too late for sorry, I'm letting you go. Not with anger, but with what I know, that some things end to make room for more, and I'm not the same as I was before. Too late for sorry, I found my way through the heartbreak, through the grave. I'm not waiting for you to come around. Too late for sorry, I'm on solid ground. Too late for sorry, I'm okay. I've tried to let you go, I've tried to move along, I've tried to find a way to be where you don't belong. But every time I think I'm free, a memory pulls me back. A song, a smell, a photograph, a familiar track. You're too much to forget, too deep in my chest. A love that won't let me rest. Too much to forget, too much to leave behind. A love that's tangled in my mind. I try to erase you, try to let go, but the more I try, the more I know that you're too much to forget, too much to lose. A love that I can't refuse. In my memory, in my chest, too much to forget. You're the best. I've deleted all the photos, I've thrown away the notes, I've changed the places that we went, I've burned the codes. But the memory is stronger than anything I do. A love that lives in every thought, a permanent tattoo. I've tried to find another, someone to take your place, but every face I look at is just a ghost of your face. Too much to forget, too much to leave behind. A love that's tangled in my mind. I've tried to erase you, try to let go, but the more I try, the more I know that you're too much to forget, too much to lose. A love that I can't refuse. In my memory, in my chest, too much to forget. You're the best. Maybe forgetting isn't the goal. Maybe the love is in the hold. The way you shape me, made me who I am. A permanent part of the plan. I'm not trying to forget anymore. I'm learning to let it be. A love that I was meant for. A part of me, a part of me. Too much to forget, I'm letting it stay. A love that taught me a better way. Not to hold on, but to let it be. A beautiful part of me. Too much to forget, I'm not afraid of the memory that we made. You're too much to forget, and that's okay. I'll carry you with me, day by day. Too much to forget. I'll remember. We used to fill the house with sound, laughter bouncing off the walls. Now we move on silent ground, and the quiet echoes down the halls. I miss the noise we used to make, the way we'd fight, the way we'd make up. Now we're just two people who are too afraid to wake up. When did the silence take the place of all the words we used to say? When did we lose the will to face the love that's fading gray? When love goes quiet, it's the loudest sound, a silent scream on hollow ground. The words we don't say fill the air, a love that's no longer there. When love goes quiet, it's not the end, it's the slow fade of a friend, a whisper where there used to be a song. When love goes quiet, it's been too long. I reach for you in the dark, a habit I can't break. You let me hold you for a moment, but your heart is cold and fake. We used to talk for hours about everything and nothing. Now we sit in silence, and the quiet is something I'd rather hear you shouting than hear nothing at all. At least the noise would prove that we haven't lost it all. When love goes quiet, it's the loudest sound, a silent scream on hollow ground. The words we don't say fill the air, a love that's no longer there. When love goes quiet, it's not the end, it's the slow fade of a friend, a whisper where there used to be a song. When love goes quiet, it's been too long. Maybe quiet is the truth, a love that's run its course. Not a battle, not a proof, just a loss without remorse. I'm learning to hear the silence, not as a failure, but as a sign that it's time to find it. The house is full of quiet now, the way I wanted it to be. No more shouting matches, no more debris. But the quiet is a different kind of loud, a freight train in my chest, absence of your voice is a sound I can't put to rest. I thought silence would be peaceful, a relief, a place to rest. But the quiet is a battlefield, and I'm under duress. When silence screams, it's louder than a fight. The empty space you left in the middle of the night. The words we didn't say, the words we didn't mean. When silence screams, it's a deafening in-between. I'd rather hear you shouting than hear nothing at all. When silence screams, I'm learning to fall. I talk to myself sometimes just to hear a voice, but the room just throws it back at me, a hollow kind of noise. I turn the TV on to fill the space, but the static sounds like your face, a ghost I can't erase, a love I can't replace. I've tried to fill the quiet with anything but you, but the silence has a memory, and it's breaking through. When silence screams, it's louder than a fight. The empty space you left in the middle of the night. The words we didn't say, the words we didn't mean. When silence screams, it's a deafening in-between. I'd rather hear you shouting than hear nothing at all. When silence screams, I'm learning to fall. Maybe silence isn't empty, maybe it's just a different kind of sound, a love that's gone but still present, a ghost that sticks around. I'm learning to listen to the quiet, not as loss but as a space where I can finally find it, the strength to find my own pace. When silence screams, I'm learning to hear, not the echo, but the clear sound of my own voice, my own breath, a life that's mine, a life that's left. When silence screams, it's not so loud. When I stop fighting the cloud of memories that used to hold me down. When silence screams, I'm found. When silence screams. We used to be a fire, a blaze that lit the night. We were the warmth in winter, the heat that made it right. But somewhere in the seasons, the embers turn to ash. The fire that we tended became a thing of the past. I felt it in the morning when you didn't reach for me. A shift in the atmosphere, a silent decree. When we turned cold, the heat went out. A love that lost its way without a fight, a scream, a final scene, just the quiet of a dying dream. When we turned cold, I felt the freeze, the space between us, the silent pleas for something we couldn't revive. When we turned cold, we were no longer alive. I remember when your touch could melt the coldest night. Now your hand is ice, and I'm afraid to hold it tight. We talk about the weather, we talk about the day, but we don't talk about the thing that's freezing us away. The silence is a glacier, a slow and creeping death. A love that was once vital is running out of breath. When we turned cold, the heat went out. A love that lost its way without a fight, a scream, a final scene, just the quiet of a dying dream. When we turned cold, I felt the freeze, the space between us, the silent pleas for something we couldn't revive. When we turned cold, we were no longer alive. Maybe cold is just the way we like to let things go. Not with a bang, but with a fade, a love that we outgrow. I'm not angry that we froze, I'm just sad that we didn't know how to keep the fire going when the wind began to blow. When we turned cold, I'm letting go, not of the love, but of the hope that we could be what we were before. I'm closing the door. When we turned cold, I found my way through the ice, through the gray. I'm not the same, and that's okay. When we turned cold, I learned to stay warm on my own. I didn't notice at first the way you'd pull away, the subtle shift in your eyes at the end of the day. You'd say I love you like you always did, but something in the silence was a kid that knew the truth before the words could form. A quiet warning in the calm before the storm. You were there, but you weren't really there. A body in the room that your heart was in the air. I felt it in the way you'd hesitate before you take my hand, the way you'd look out the window like you were already in another land. When you stopped staying, I felt you leave before you ever said goodbye to me. You were in the house, but you were gone, a love that I was holding on. When you stopped staying, I knew the end was coming like a slow descent. You stopped choosing me, stopped choosing us. When you stopped staying, you lost the trust. I remember the night we built the fire, and you sat across from me like a liar, telling me nothing was wrong, everything was fine, while you were already drawing the line between your life and the one we had. I was holding on, you were looking back. At the door you were planning to walk through, and I was the only one who didn't know the truth. I'd ask you if you loved me still, you'd say of course, with a practiced skill. But love isn't just a word you say, it's the choice to stay another day. When you stopped staying, I felt you leave before you ever said goodbye to me. You were in the house, but you were gone, a love that I was holding on. When you stopped staying, I knew the end was coming like a slow descent. You stopped choosing me, stopped choosing us. When you stopped staying, you lost the trust. I used to think love was a feeling, something that happened without deciding. But I've learned love is the staying when everything inside is fighting. It's the choice to turn back toward the door when every step says no more. You stop making that choice, stop coming back, and that's when love began to crack. When you stopped staying, I learned to go, not because I wanted to, but because I had to know that I deserve someone who chooses me every day intentionally. When you stopped staying, I found my way through the heartbreak, through the grave. I'm choosing myself now, I'm staying here. When you stopped staying, I disappeared and reappeared as someone new. When you stopped staying, I learned to stay. You didn't break me with a hammer, no violence, no fight. broke me with a whisper in the middle of the night. You said my name like it was glass and let it fall, a gentle, quiet aftermath that shattered it all. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't make a scene, you just let the silence come between. You broke me softly, piece by piece, a quiet ending, a gentle release. No slam doors, no angry words, just the softest goodbye I've ever heard. You broke me softly and I didn't see the way you were setting me free from a love that was already gone. You broke me softly and I'm moving on. I remember how you held me the night before you left. Your arms were warm, your voice was calm. You left me with no context. You kissed my forehead, said goodnight, and then you disappeared. A love that faded out of sight, a quiet disappear. I searched for the moment when the crack appeared, but you were so gentle that I never felt the tear. You broke me softly, piece by piece, a quiet ending, a gentle release. No slam doors, no angry words, just the softest goodbye I've ever heard. You broke me softly and I didn't see the way you were setting me free from a love that was already gone. You broke me softly and I'm moving on. I used to wish you'd shouted that you'd given me a fight, something to hold on to in the middle of the night. But now I see that softness was its own kind of grace, a way to let me go without leaving a trace of anger, of blame, of hate, just a quiet closing of the gate. You broke me softly and I'm okay with the gentle way you walked away. No scars, no wounds that won't heal, just the memory of something real. You broke me softly and I'm free from the love that was never meant to be, a quiet ending, a peaceful start. You broke me softly and I found my heart. You broke me softly. been a traveler all my life, a suitcase heart, a wandering mind. I never knew a place to stay until you came and showed the way. You didn't have a grand design, no fireworks, no neon sign. You just held the door and let me in, and I felt safe for the first time. I've lived in cities, lived in towns, but never felt the solid ground beneath my feet until you made a space for me too. You felt like home, the kind I'd never known, a place where I could let my armor go, where the walls were made of trust and the roof was made of us. You felt like home, a shelter from the storm, a place where I was safe and warm. I didn't know I was looking for a home until you walked through the door. I used to think home was a place, a set of walls, a familiar face. But you taught me that home is a feeling, a heart that's open, a soul that's willing to hold the mess, to hold the brace, to make a space for every face of who I am, of who I'll be. You made a home inside of me. I've built houses out of brick and stone, but never felt the sense of home until you let me rest my head on a pillow made of words unsaid. You felt like home, the kind I'd never known, a place where I could let my armor go, where the walls were made of trust and the roof was made of us. You felt like home, a shelter from the storm, a place where I was safe and warm. I didn't know I was looking for one until you walked through the door. Now even when you're not around, I can't. I came home to an empty house. Your keys were gone, your shoes weren't there, but the kitchen light was burning bright, a signal in the evening air. You left the lights on when you went, like you knew I'd be back soon. Or maybe you just couldn't stand to leave me in the gloom. I walked through every room that night and found the lights you left behind, a trail of brightness through the dark, a map of your departing heart. You left the lights on even though you left a kindness I didn't expect. In the middle of the goodbye, a flicker of the love we used to hide. You left the lights on so I could see the way back to the me I was before I lost myself in you. You left the lights on, and I found the truth. The bedroom lamp, the hallway glow, the one above the sink I used to know. You left them all a constellation, a quiet invitation to sit with what we were and let it be a memory that's safe for me to hold without the sharp edges of all the broken pledges. I turned them off one by one, a ritual of being done with waiting for you to return, a lesson I had to learn. You left the lights on even though you left a kindness I didn't expect. In the middle of the goodbye, a flicker of the love we used to hide. You left the lights on so I could see the way back to the me I was before I lost myself in you. You left the lights on, and I found the truth. Now I leave my own lights on sometimes, a habit that I've made mine, a reminder that I'm not alone in a house that's now my own. You left me with a gift I didn't know how to accept, how to let go, a life that wasn't meant to keep, but to help me find my feet. You left the lights on, and I'm okay with the space you left, with the light of day that follows every darkened hole. I'm learning to stand, I'm learning to fall into the life that's mine to make. For goodness sake, for goodness sake, you left the lights on, and I found a way to be my own light every day. You left the lights on, I'm shining now. I moved the furniture around, I painted over the walls, I changed the sheets, I changed the locks, I tried to erase it all, but you stayed in my mind like a song I can't forget, a melody I can't leave behind, a permanent duet. I've tried to evict you, tried to move on, but you've made yourself a home in a place that's still my own. You stayed in my mind, a tenant for life, a love that I can't put to rest. You're there in the morning, you're there in the night, a beautiful haunting guest. You stayed in my mind, and I'm learning to be with the echo of you in me. Not as a wound, not as a fight. You stayed in my mind, and that's alright. I saw your face in a stranger today, a trick of the light, a game that it plays. For a moment my heart forgot you were gone, and I was back where I belong. In the memory of us in the dream, a place that's not as real as it seems, but it's real enough to me. A love that lives in memory. I've tried to clear the space to make room for something new, but you're a permanent trace of a love that I once knew. You stayed in my mind, a tenant for life, a love that I can't put to rest. You're there in the morning, you're there in the night, a beautiful haunting guest. You stayed in my mind, and I'm learning to be with the echo of you in me. Not as a wound, not as a fight. You stayed in my mind, and that's alright. Maybe staying is just the way love proves that it was real, not something I can put away, just something I can feel in the quiet of my mind. A love that's left behind, but not forgotten, not erased, just given a different place. You stayed in my mind, and I'm okay with the space you take, with the words you say, in the silence of my thoughts. A love that can't be bought or sold or traded or erased. You stayed in my mind, and I'm not afraid of the memory of the shade of what we were, of what we had. You stayed in my mind, and I'm glad you stayed in my mind, and that's where you'll be. I reach for my phone to text you before I remember you're gone. I make coffee for 2 in the morning, a habit I'm still holding on. I turn to your side of the bed to tell you something from my day, before I remember the silence that you left in your wake. You were a rhythm in my blood, a beat I couldn't break, a habit I couldn't share. You were my habit, my everyday, the first thing in the morning, the last thing I'd say, a routine I thought would never end, a love the seat beside me like you're walking through the door. I still listen for your key in the lock at 5 p.m. A ghost of a habit that I can't seem to mend. I've tried to build a new routine, a life that doesn't need you, but the old one is a machine that still knows what to do. You were my habit, my everyday, the first thing in the morning, the last thing I'd say. A routine I thought would never end, a love I thought would bend, but never break, but never leave. You were my habit, I had to grieve the loss of the pattern, the loss of the way. You were my habit, I'm learning to stray. I'm learning that a habit is just a thing you do, not a thing that defines you, not a thing that is you. I'm breaking the pattern one day at a time, finding a rhythm that's mine, not yours, not ours, just mine, a new design. You were my habit, but habits can change, a love can rearrange into something new, something that's true to the person I'm becoming, to the me I'm due. You were my habit, and I'll always remember the way you fit, the way you were tender. But habits break, and so do hearts. You were my habit, I'm making a new start. You were my habit, now I'm my own. I thought we were a story with chapters left to write. I thought we were a journey with miles left in the night. I was building toward a future where you were by my side, but you were writing something different, a truth I couldn't hide. I was the beginning, the hope, the start, the spark, but you were the ending, the final page, the dark. You were the ending I didn't see coming, the final pages. We rode along the way. The moments that I treasured, the words I thought you'd say, but every line was leading to a place I couldn't go. A love that was retreating, a current running low. I was holding on to chapters that were never meant to last. You were writing the ending while I was holding fast. You were the ending I didn't see coming, the final scene, the curtain falling. I was still in the middle of the song when you decided it was wrong. You were the ending, the closing door, the silence that I'm living for. I was ready for forever. You were ready for never. You were the ending. Now I'm learning that an ending is not always a loss. Sometimes it's just a doorway to a different kind of cause. I'm not the same as I was before I knew your name. But endings have a way of making you not the same. The house is quiet now, the way I wanted it to be. No more shouting matches, no more debris. I thought the silence would be peaceful, a relief. But it's louder than the fighting, it's a grief. I can hear the fridge hum, the clock on the wall, the creak of the floorboards in the hall. But underneath it all, beneath the quiet hum, I hear you and I come undone. I've tried to fill the space with noise, with music, with the TV's voice, but the silence has a memory and it's calling out to me. Your voice in my silence, I hear it clear, a whisper that was always here in the quiet. After the storm, in the place where love was born, your voice in my silence, it won't let go. A frequency I used to know, I'm learning to listen to the sound. Your voice in my silence. coffee brews, a phantom conversation I didn't choose. I hear you in the way the wind blows through the trees, a memory carried on the breeze. I hear you in the pages of the book I read, in the space beside me in the bed. You're not here, but you're everywhere, in the silence, in the air. I've tried to silence the echo, to let the quiet be my own, but your voice is a part of me now, a love that I've outgrown. Your voice in my silence, I hear it clear, a whisper that was always here in the quiet. After the storm, in the place where love was born, your voice in my silence, it won't let go, a frequency I used to know. I'm learning to listen to the sound, your voice in my silence, still around. Maybe the voice isn't yours anymore, maybe it's mine, the one I was before. I met you before I learned to be someone who needed you to see me clearly, me wholly, me true. Maybe the voice I'm hearing is the one I outgrew, and it's time to let it change, to let it rearrange. Your voice in my silence, it's fading now, a softer sound, a different vow, not a ghost, just a memory of who I used to be. Your voice in my silence, I'm letting go, finding my own frequency, my own flow. I'll always hear you in the quiet space, but your voice in my silence has found its place. Your voice in my silence is becoming mine.